What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, June 5th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Terry Gilliam says that he has finally finished The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, a film he first starred to make at the turn of the century. The writer, director, and producer wrote on Facebook Sunday, "Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy packing the truck and am now heading home. After 17 years, we have completed the shoot of The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. Muchas gracias to all the team and believers. Quixote vive." Gilliam did not say in his message who ended up starring in the movie. Over the years, Johnny Depp, Ian McGregor, Adam Driver, Jack O'Connell, the late John Hurt, Robert Duvall, Michael Palin, and Jonathan Pryce have all been attached to the project. The filmmaker initially tried to shoot the movie nearly 2 decades ago, but production was sidelined by weather and budget woes, as well as an ailing leading man in Jean Rochefort. The setback were chronicled in a popular documentary called Lost in La Mancha. Subsequent efforts to get the movie done failed as financing repeatedly fell apart. Gilliam did not say when and where the film will be released. A founding member of the Monty Python comedy troupe, Gilliam is also known for directing films such as The Fisher King, Brazil, Time Bandits, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and 12 Monkeys. Tom Cruise says the long-awaited sequel to Top Gun will be called Top Gun Maverick. Cruise told Access Hollywood in an on-camera interview, "Stylistically, it's going to be the same. We're going to have the same score. Aviators are back. The need for speed. We're going to have big, fast machines. It's going to be a competition film like the first one, and it's going to be in the same vein, the same tone as the first one, but a progression for my character Maverick. It's not going to be called Top Gun 2. It's going to be called Top Gun Maverick. I didn't want a number." The original Top Gun, an iconic movie about U.S. Navy pilots, was released in 1986 and co-starred Val Kilmer, Kelly McGillis, Tom Skerritt, Anthony Edwards, and Meg Ryan. Cruise is currently on the promotion trail for his new film, The Mummy. Danay Garcia says her heroine, Luciana, and Frank Delane's recovering drug addict Nick will face myriad challenges now that they've left the relative safety of their compound La Colonia on Fear the Walking Dead. The 32-year-old Cuban actress told UPI in a recent phone interview, "Now we are really on the road, and we are at the mercy of a new place to stay, and obviously that new place has new rules and new ways to survive and new ways to deal with the dead and new ways to deal with each other, and that is really a challenge." She also explained, "Because we have to accommodate and adjust, and we are a group of people, we're going to disagree, and we might not agree, or we might agree. Everybody has these different perspectives to deal with these situations and circumstances, and that is what I can tell you. Things are going to change a lot. That's the franchise, too. You're thrown into a new land, a new place with new people. Since the characters are always on the move, the number of storytelling possibilities is massive," she says. Garcia noted, "Mexico is so diverse. We've been in the city, we've been in the desert, and now you're going to see where we are going to go. Yes, the opportunities are endless. I want to go to the pyramids. I want to end up in the pyramids and see what happens to explore that. That's so much to explore and so much to kind of go deeper into. Mexico has everything for that." Co-starring Cliff Curtis, Kim Dickens, and Lisa Denham Carey, Season 3 of the West Coast zombie apocalypse drama is to begin next Sunday. Production has begun in Atlanta on Season 2 of Stand Against Evil, IFC announced this week. The horror comedy series stars John C. McGinley as Stan Miller, a retired police sheriff, and Janet Varney as Eve Barrett, his replacement in the demon-plagued hamlet of Willard's Mill. Also featuring Deborah Baker Jr. and Nate Mooney, the supernatural show is to return this fall with 8 new episodes. Among the guest stars expected to appear are Denise Billette, Jeffrey Combs, David Koechner, Stephen Ogg, and Patty McCormick. The press release noted the new season picks up where Season 1's finale cliffhanger left off, with Sheriff Eve Barrett stranded in the year 1692, accused of being a witch and about to be burned at the stake. Despite his best attempts to never leave his couch, the disgruntled Stan Miller must begrudgingly solve the mystery of Eve's time-traveling disappearance. Throughout the season, the unlikely team will continue to battle against the unconventional demons trying to take over their town, which continues to pop up in every size, shape, and animal form. Oscar winners Benicio del Toro and Patricia Arquette are to star in Escape at Dannemora, a Showtime limited series inspired by a real prison break and subsequent manhunt in New York. Ben Stiller will executive produce and direct all 8 episodes, which will also feature Paul Dano. The press release said Del Toro will play convicted murderer Richard Matt, an artistic yet intimidating force within the prison who masterminds the escape. Arquette will play Tilly Mitchell, a working-class married woman who supervises the prison tailor shop and becomes sexually involved with both convicts, inducing her to assist them with their escape. Dano will play David Sweat, a convicted cop killer who uses his good looks to seduce Tilly and becomes a reluctant partner in Richard Matt's plot. Brett Johnson and Michael Tolkien are executive producing the project, which Stiller is expected to begin shooting later this year at the actual locations where the events transpired. Stiller said in a statement Friday, "We are all very intent on trying to tell this singular story in a way that shows the reality and humanity of the people involved. While the genre is a prison escape story, at its core is a story about real people, some criminals and some not, who made some bad choices that have huge consequences. I think that's what's so compelling about this." Arquette added, "I'm very excited about Escape at Dannemora and about working with Ben, Benicio, Michael, Brett, and Showtime on this fascinating and dark American love story rooted in real and self-deceptive incarceration." Leah Remini confirmed via Instagram she has signed on as a full-time cast member for Season 2 of the CBS sitcom Kevin Can Wait. The actress wrote, "Dreams do come true, #blessed, #grateful," alongside a photo of her with star Kevin James, which was taken when she recently made a guest appearance at the end of Season 1. Remini's post also includes a link to Deadline.com story offering details about her casting as a regular on the new show of her former longtime co-star from Kings of Queens. The report says that the actress will reprise her role as undercover cop Vanessa Salucci when the series returns in the fall. Kevin Can Wait follows Kevin James's character Kevin Gable, a married father and former police officer trying to adjust to retirement on Long Island. Disney Channel has released its first trailer for Raven's Home, its That's So Raven sequel series. Starring Raven-Symone as her most famous character, Raven Baxter, now the single mother of 2 children. The show is to debut on the cable network on July 21st. That's So Raven initially ran from 2003 to 2007, and Anneliese Louise Vanderpool will also reprise her role as Chelsea Daniels, Raven's best friend, in the preview. Comedian and talk show host Bill Maher has apologized for using a racial slur during a joke he made on the weekend's edition of his HBO chat show Real Time. He said in a statement to Variety Saturday after the cable network denounced his use of the derogatory word for African Americans on his program, "Friday nights are always my worst night of sleep because I'm up reflecting on the things I should and shouldn't have said on my live show. Last night was a particularly long night as I regret the word I used in the banner of a live moment. The word was offensive, and I regret saying it, and I'm very sorry." HBO said in a statement to TVGuide.com, Bill Maher's comments last night was completely inexcusable and tasteless. We're removing his deeply offensive comments for any subsequent airings of the show. Now, the reporter said Maher made the on-air joke to Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse, who asked, "Would you like to come work in the field with us?" Maher responded, "Work in the fields, Senator, I'm a House expletive." Sasse took to Twitter after the show to express his regrets regarding how he handled the exchange. Sasse tweeted, "And walking off a red eye from LAX, 3 reflections on at Bill Maher 1, I'm a First Amendment absolutist. Comedians get latitude to cross hard lines." He also added, too, "But free speech comes with the responsibility to speak up when folks use that word. Me just cringing last night wasn't good enough." Another tweet wrote, 3, here's what I wish I'd been quick enough to say in the moment. Hold up, why would you think it's okay to use that word? He concluded by saying the history of the N-word is an attack on universal human dignity. It's therefore an attack on the American creed. Don't use it. Kathy Griffin held a press conference Friday to address her controversial anti-Trump photo and the ensuing harassment she has faced following its release. The 56-year-old comedian was accompanied by victim rights attorney Lisa Bloom as Griffin shared her reasoning behind the photo, how it was affecting her career, and how she feels bullied by the president and the federal government. The photo, taken by celebrity photographer Tyler Shears, was released Tuesday and featured Griffin holding up a bloody decapitated head resembling Trump. Griffin apologized for the image, stating, "I went too far," following backlash on social media. Trump responded to Griffin on Twitter, writing, "Kathy Griffin should be ashamed of herself. My children, especially my 11-year-old son Barron, are having a hard time with this. Sick." The Secret Service also launched an investigation in the matter, saying that the photo could be perceived as a threat. Griffin said to reporters, "If you don't stand up, you get run over. What's happening to me has never happened in the history of this great country. A sitting president of the United States and his grown children and the First Lady, I feel, are personally trying to ruin my life forever." She concluded by saying regarding the image, "That apology absolutely still stands. I feel horrible. If I could redo the whole thing, I would have a blow-up doll and ketchup." Griffin says that she received death threats following the incident. She says, "I'm teasing the president. This is America, and you shouldn't have to die for it. The death threats are constant, and they are detailed, and they are serious, and they're specific. Today it's me, and tomorrow it could be you." Despite the controversy, Griffin still intends to poke fun at Trump. She says, "I'm going to make fun of him more now. I have no desire to hurt anybody. I'm under a Secret Service investigation. They're using me as the shining object so that no one is talking about this FBI investigation. I made a horrible mistake and a horrible call." Griffin said, fighting back tears, "I just want to make people laugh. That's all I want to do, and I screwed up." Following the photo release, Griffin says she lost a number of comedy jobs. She was fired from CNN as co-host of the company's annual New Year's Eve coverage. Bloom says the message is clear. You criticize the president, you lose your job. Actress and filmmaker Lake Bell has given birth to her second child, a son. Us Weekly said the child's name and birth date have not been revealed yet. Bell is married to tattoo artist Scott Campbell. The couple also have a 2-year-old daughter named Nova, People magazine said. Fifth Harmony has released their first single without former member Camila Cabello, titled Down. The track features rapper Gucci Mane, was released Thursday after being teased across the group's social media channels. Down is now available to stream on Spotify, Apple Music, and for purchase on iTunes, and was sampled on Instagram by Fifth Harmony alongside artwork for the song. Fifth Harmony is performed the single for the first time Friday as part of Good Morning America's summer concert series, along with previous hit Work From Home. Cabello departed from Fifth Harmony, which consists of Donna Jane, Lauren Jagiello, Allie Brooke, and Normani Cody, in December in order to pursue a solo career. In May, Cabello released a music video for her debut solo single titled Crying in the Club, which will appear on her upcoming album, The Hurting, The Healing, The Loving. Cabello is set to take the stage in June for the Much Music Video Awards that will also include performances by Iggy Azalea, Dance, and Imagine Dragons. The Canadian rock band Arcade Fire is set to kick off its Infinite Content concert tour on September 5th in Quebec City. The show will include appearances by special guests such as the Wolf Parade, the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, Fantagram, Angel Olsen, and Broken Social Scene, Live Nation announced Thursday. Tickets are scheduled to go on sale to the general public beginning June 9th. Arcade Fire's fifth album, Everything's Now, is set for release on July 28th. The title track from the record is now available online. The Eagles are set to continue on the wake of Glenn Frey's death with 2 new members, including country star Vince Gill and Frey's son, Deacon. Deacon and Gill are joining the classic rock band as the group gets ready to headline a 2-part music festival classic event, Classic East and Classic West, with concerts in Los Angeles and New York City. The new additions will be working together to cover Glenn's vocals on a number of Eagles songs, including Peaceful, Easy Feeling, Already Gone, and Lion Eyes. Member Don Henley said while speaking with the Los Angeles Times, "While I was still in shock during some interviews after Glenn passed away, I did say that I thought that was the end of the band, but I reserve the right to change my mind." Ralph Waldo Emerson says, "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds." Gill added, "In my mind, I always thought I'd have made a good Eagle. I previously worked with Henley on a country album and participated in the Eagles tribute concert at the Kennedy Centers." But he also added, "But in a million years, I never would have seen this coming." Deacon has said that he grew up singing songs with his father and learning how to play Take It Easy and Peaceful Easy Feeling on guitar at an early age. The 24-year-old said about being approached by the Eagles, "They came to me with the idea, and it's been really great." Classic West takes place July 15th and 16th, with Classic East arriving July 29th and 30th. The concert will also feature performances from Fleetwood Mac, Earth, Wind & Fire, the Doobie Brothers, Journey, and Steely Dan. Glenn, the guitarist for the Eagles, died of complications from rheumatoid arthritis, acute ulcerative colitis, and pneumonia in January of 2016 at the age of 67. Entertainers Cher and Jimmy Carter, the former president of the United States, were among the mourners at Gregg Allman's funeral in Georgia Saturday. The Southern rock pioneer died May 27th at the age of 69 after a long battle with liver cancer. Rolling Stone magazine says musician Peter Frampton and many of Allman's bandmates also attended the private ceremony celebrating his life at Snow's Memorial Chapel in Macon. Eulogizing Allman at the service were his children Devin, Layla, and Delilah Island, his niece Gabrielle, his friend Chank Middleton, and his manager Michael Leifman, Variety said. Allman was buried in Rose Hill Cemetery next to his brother Duane, who died in a 1971 motorcycle accident. Drugs were found in the biological system of rocker Chris Cornell, but they played no active role in his suicide last month, a toxicology report said Friday. The Wayne County, Michigan medical examiner issued the singer's autopsy and toxicology report, which identified traces of multiple medications in his system at the time of his death. The opiate blocker naltrexone, the decongestant pseudoephedrine, the sedative lorazepam, and the barbiturate butyropathiol. All of the drugs but the pseudoephedrine required a doctor's prescription. The report, however, notes that none of the drugs contribute to Cornell's death. He was found hanged in a Detroit hotel room following a concert on May 18th. Wayne County Assistant Medical Examiner Theodore Brown said in the post-mortem report, "It is my opinion that death was caused by hanging. Based on the circumstances surrounding this death and the autopsy findings, the manner of death is suicide." The ME's report also notes that Cornell's injuries were all consistent with hanging, partially suspended by a resistance exercise ban. Following the release of the toxicology report, Cornell's widow told Rolling Stone that the singer had not been an active drug user for more than a decade. Vicky Karelianis said on Friday, "Many of us who knew Chris well noticed that he wasn't himself during his final hours and that something was very off. After so many years of sobriety, this moment of terrible judgment seemed to have completely impaired and altered his state of mind." Immediately after her husband's death, Vicky pointed out that lorazepam, often sold under the brand name Ativan, can produce suicidal thoughts. She added Friday, "Something clearly went terribly wrong, and my children and I are heartbroken and are devastated that this moment can never be taken back." Cornell achieved success with his band Soundgarden from 1984 to 1997, winning 2 Grammy Awards and receiving 12 nominations. He embarked on a solo career in 1998 and founded Audioslave in 2001 before rejoining Soundgarden in 2010. Cornell's highest charting solo single on the Billboard 100 singles charts, "You Know My Name," was featured in the opening credits of the 2006 James Bond film Casino Royale. His 2015 song, "Nearly Forgot My Broken Heart," reached number 2 on the Billboard mainstream rock charts. Cornell was also a favorite of filmmaker Michael Mann, who featured 3 Audioslave songs in the acclaimed films Collateral in 2004 and Miami Vice in 2006. Cornell also scored 2 number-1 albums in the United States, Soundgarden's Super Unknown in 1994 and Audioslave's Out of Exile in 2005. His best-performing solo effort in 2009, Scream, reached number 10 on the U.S. album charts. Singer Brandy was taken to a hospital Friday after she fell unconscious aboard a Delta Airlines flight. The plane was prepared to depart from the Los Angeles International Airport on its way to Kennedy International Airport in New York when passengers and flight attendants noticed Norwood and scrambled to help, TMZ reported. Delta said in a statement without identifying Brandy, "The flight crew of Delta Flight 763 from LAX to New York's JFK International Airport returned to the gate prior to departure after a customer fell ill on board. Medical personnel met the flight and transported the customer to a local hospital. The 38-year-old was removed from the plane and regained full consciousness while she was being treated on the jetway." Brandy is best known as an R&B singer and the former star of the comedy sitcom Moesha. Her most recent album, 211, was released around 2012. Radiohead has released a new music video for a previously unreleased track, I Promise, from their upcoming re-release of 1997's album OK Computer, now titled OK Not OK. The clip released Friday features a robotic head without a body observing people and the surrounding city as he passes by on a bus. The animatronic head then seemingly dreams of a crying woman after falling asleep. As the figure wakes up, he begins to weep as morning arrives. Frontman Tom York sings, I won't run away no more, I promise. Even when I get bored, I promise. Even when you lock me out, I promise. I say my prayers every night, I promise. Recently, York spoke with Rolling Stones about OK Computer and how the album was inspired by how he felt while on tour for their second album, The Bends. He says, the paranoia I felt at the time was much more related to how people relate to each other, but I was using the terminology of technology to express it. Everything I was writing was actually a way of trying to reconnect with other human beings when you're always in transit. That's why I had to write about that, what was going on, which in itself instilled a kind of loneliness and disconnection. More than 50,000 people attended the star-studded One Love Manchester benefit concert at the Emirates Old Trafford Cricket Ground in England Sunday. The event was arranged to raise money for the victims of the May 22nd suicide bombing at Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester. 22 people were killed and dozens more injured in the incident. The One Love show took place just hours after another terror attack killed 7 and hurt 50 in London. Grande's manager, Scooter Braun, told this weekend's concertgoers, last night this nation was challenged, and all of you were challenged, and you had a decision to make if you were going to come out here tonight, and this is beautiful. You guys made that decision, you looked fear right in the eye, and you said, no, we are Manchester, and the world is watching. Taking the stage throughout the sold-out show were Grande, Niall Horan, Take That, Robbie Williams, Pharrell Williams, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Black Eyed Peas, and Coldplay with special guest Liam Gallagher from Oasis. Williams says, I don't feel or smell or hear or see any fear in this building. All we feel here tonight is love, resilience, and positivity. And finally, Gal Gadot's superheroine movie Wonder Woman is the #1 movie in North America this weekend, earning $100.5 million in receipts, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in at #2 is Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, with $23.5 million, followed by Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales at #3 with $21.6 million, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at #4 with $9.7 million, and Baywatch at #5 with $8.5 million. Rounding up the top tier are Alien Covenant at #6 with $4 million, Everything at #7 with $3.3 million, Snatch at #8 with $1.3 million, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul at #9 with $1.2 million, and King Arthur, Legend of the Sword at #10 with $1.17 million. And as your entertainment report for Monday, June 5th, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.